Hello Stampers, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a fun interactive card made with the Happy Hedgehogs stamp set, which is actually a stamp set or a bundle with the punch found in the new mini catalog on page 64. Very cute stamp set. I knew I had to have it the minute I saw it. And I also used the Give It a Whirl dies in the annual catalog. Now, if you want more details on cutting out this card, you can look at the video that I made with this awesome otter set, which is a free $50 stamp set with celebration. So I have another video on that, which gives more details, but today I wanted to go a little bit more into what you can actually do with the Give It a Whirl dies. So these are the actual dies that I use, and there are 21 dies. Wow, 21 is pretty awesome. This is what you actually cut out the card front with. And then these are the 4 window dies. This is the card mechanism, and these are all elements. So let me show you what that might look like. This is the circle window, and it cuts out a circle, and there's also this little flower element, and these circles are actually 2 different sizes, so you could even nest them if you wanted to. There's also these little arrows, which will show you which way to pull the cord. So that's the circle window. This is a rectangular window, along with 3 cloud dies, which are stitched. Not sure if you can see it, but it's super cute. And this is the fan window, which is what I use for the Utterly Awesome card. And there's also 6 really cute little stars that come with it. Then that's just the flip side of the fan. And then last we have the heart shape, which is actually what we're going to use today. And then this little element that you can use to put a sentiment on, and we're going to do that on today's card. So you can see you can make 4 different styles of card with these 21 dies, and really the possibilities are endless. So first of all, you just want to start off with a square piece of paper. Well, actually it's rectangular, and it's 5.5 by 4 1/4, a quarter sheet. And then I took grab the dies back. I took this die, and every card that you make, you're going to use this die. And I cut this out, and so it looks like that. Then you're going to take one of these 4 windows. In this case, I took the heart window, and you just want to match it up with the hole. And you can have it go straight up, or you can have it go any way that you want it to go around the circle. In this case, I had mine go straight up. You notice on the otter card, it went down. And also you could offset it to the side, but in this case, I took it straight up. And so this is what it looks like when you cut it out. And then this is the heart that came out, and I'm just going to use the reverse side on my card. So I decided to do that, and then I showed you all those other cute little heart elements that came with this stamp set, with this die set. And I'm going to go ahead and use those. This is just the flip side of that paper. Now, if you're wondering where this paper came from, it's actually some free celebration paper that you can get. It's the daffodil one. Don't know the name right off the tip of my tongue, but if you look in the celebration, you'll see it's got all the daffodils on it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Probably help if I got on the actual video. That looks good. And then I'm going to put one off to the side. This little heart paper is so cute. Really like it. So you could use this as a Valentine's card, but I'm actually going to use it as a thank you card this time. This one I said love you, so it could be a Valentine's card or just a card for a special somebody. Even a grandkid. I've got one beautiful little granddaughter and another one on the way, and I just am in love. there. This one up here. I should have probably used my silicone mat, but I didn't, so there we go. All right, so there's the front of my card, and now, if you recall, I had this circle, which I can't find, but it cuts out something like this. And what I did was, this is basic white cardstock. It's really not thick enough for the mechanism, so you either want to cut 2 of these, or I happen to have a whole bunch of coaster board on hand. This very thin, and it cuts out very well, so I just went ahead and cut that out. And I'm going to go ahead and glue these together, and I'm going to, if you can see, it kind of makes, you can see the Y. So these are the 3 windows that are going to show up. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. And you know, I should have probably stamped it first, but I didn't, so we'll do it a little bit backwards. All right, to stamp it out, I went ahead and already pre-positioned. I'm going to use my Stamparatus so I can stamp it out quickly. I actually made a bunch of these in my stamp club, so this was just the fastest way to do it. And if you take the Y and line it up with the 1-inch lines here and here, it'll work out perfectly. So let's see if this will work. If I can get it to, let me move this to the side so I can see what I'm doing. All right. So that's not really going to work. I have to move my magnet a little. And it looks like it'll close. All right, so I'm going to take my Memento pad and ink this up. I'm just going to tap it. And the cool thing about using the Stamparatus is you get more than one opportunity if your first one doesn't look good. Just close it and press it down. And it looks like he could use just a little bit more there on the crease. Probably wouldn't have done that if I wouldn't have already taped it to my chipboard, but hopefully this will work. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, so there we go. And now I'm going to color this. And to do that, I'm going to use my Stampin' blends, which I absolutely love. I used the light crumb cake for the hedgehog's body. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little. There we go. And I just colored him. And now this to me is the really fun part, where you get to be creative and the inner artist can come out. Now, I am really not that good at freestyle painting, but when you give me Stampin' blends, I can make a pretty respectable looking project. People think I actually am an artist. And truly, the true artist in my family is actually my sister. She's very, very talented. But I think I can do pretty well with these Stampin' blends. All right, then I took the light soft suede, and let me just make sure that that's the right color, and it is. And I did the hair on the hedgehog. Now I could have used a punch on this one, but I didn't think that the mechanism would rotate if I had a punch on here, so that's why I didn't use it on this card. But I am eager to give it a try on another card. So hopefully you can find another video in the upcoming weeks of me actually using the punch. All right, so that's the brush tip side. I'm just going to take the fine tip side and just do some little work down here and do his ears. And yeah, I'm Just going to take this and try to smooth out that line that I made a little bit. It looks darker, but it'll dry in a sec because it's the alcohol. All right, so he's done. I'm going to go ahead and do the bird, and then for the bird I used the dark gray granite. And I'm going to go ahead and use the brush side. And color him or her, who knows. The bird. All right, and I'm gonna leave that there a sec. And I used the dark pale papaya for the breast of the bird. And then, you know what, actually is light, and then came in with the dark on those lines when I did it, but I forgot. So that's what happens when you're on video, you kind of go too fast. So I'm just gonna do this. I'll just do this one a little differently. I'm gonna take the dark gray granite, and then I'm gonna take the light pale papaya and just kind of smooth that color out a little. And there, it'll look just slightly different, but nobody ever sees my original card, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Now I'm going to take the light Flirty Flamingo, and I'm going to use the fine tip side and color the flower petals. And I think I'll do my butterfly as well. Have a butterfly on the original card, but I thought that would be really cute. And I think I'll take the dark gray granite to do his little body, and then this outer area. I like that, looks good. And I need to do a leaf, which I used dark soft succulent for, and the bird beak. Let's see, I'll do the center in light daffodil, and I think I'll do the bird beak in the same. There we go. So there's the bird beak, and now we're on to the mushroom. So for the mushroom, I used, let's get it right this time, I used the light pale papaya. I'm going to use the brush side, and just try to leave those circles uncolored. Oh, we need a little gnome or something to be complete, right? But no, there's no gnome in this stamp set, but there are two cute, really cute hedgehogs. I don't know if I actually showed this set. It's not right at my fingertips, so I can't show you, but all right, let me do this right here. Now we'll take the dark in, get the rest. And I'm going to do the circles in daffodil. And I just want to take my dark pale papaya and just do some lines with it. Now, since I can't really do that in the stock, I think I'll take the soft suede and just do some lines with that. And there. And then the last thing, I just need to do my grass with Mossy Meadow. I'll use the fine tip. There we go. Okay, so there it's all colored, and now we're going to take it and put it in behind our front panel. And I just took a brad. This is a retired brad, but there's a bunch of new brads in the catalog. I just haven't bought any because I had so many of the old ones, but they're all pretty much the same. Flip it over, and I found that if you just kind of bend it down a little so that the prongs aren't sticking up, that was helpful. Then the next thing that I did was I took foam adhesive strips, which is in the catalog, and it's just a bunch of foam adhesive strips, and I cut them down to the right size, and I put one at the top and one at the bottom so that this mechanism can spin more freely. So it's just got, when you pull it off, it's sticky on the bottom, and then you just pull the tape off. It's much like a dimensional, but it's just a strip. So, you know, I've had these for some time and never used them until this card, but they're just perfect for this card. Now, you could probably use a bunch of dimensionals too, but you couldn't put too much up here because you don't want to hinder your mechanism. So this really works well, and just really not that expensive. All right, so now I'm going to put this on my, this is 8 inches by 5.5, I believe. And what I did was I took a circle punch. This is like seriously retired circle punch, but I lined up my hole. I lined this panel up with the hole, and then I punched out a little half circle, and that way we can access this mechanism better. All right, so we are almost done with this card. Just going to center it. There, and press it down, top and bottom. Now the other one, I said, love you, but this one I wanted to use as a thank you card for some special friends that are always being very kind to us. And so I was going to use You're the Best. I'm going to take this and just give this a better crease because it's popping up. There we go. So You're the Best, and I'm going to glue it on. That'll look really cute right there in the middle of the hearts. And there is a special card for a special friend. There's the mushroom and the bird with the flower and a cute hedgehog, and you can just barely see that butterfly in there. So that's it for today. Like I said, if you want to see more details on how this card was cut out, check out this card, the video on that card, and you will see. Thanks for joining me today. Bye now.